Hey guys. Well, Oklahoma defeated Kansas State by the score of 58-17. Well guys, this game was embarrassing. Kansas State, they stunk in this game. They had one good quarter, and that was the second quarter. Other than that, they stunk in this game. I have to give credit to Oklahoma. They played one heck of a game. They killed us. They had a game plan, and they executed that game plan and killed us. So, I have to give credit to Oklahoma. They played one heck of a game. Good job, Oklahoma. Kansas State falls to 7-1 with a 4-1 conference record, while Oklahoma improves to 7-1 with a 4-1 conference record. So, Kansas State and Oklahoma are now tied for second in the Big 12, so that's good. And Oklahoma has now won 5 straight games over K-State, so that's good for them. Bad for us, so. The penalties, K-State had 5 for 35 yards, and Oklahoma had 5 for 45 yards, so. I don't think the penalties really bothered Oklahoma in this game too much. So, the turnovers, K-State won the turnover battle, and that's the only thing K-State won in this game was the turnover battle. So, Kansas State had 1 turnover, which was a fumble, and Oklahoma had 2, and both were interceptions. So, and I think both of Oklahoma's turnovers came in the first half. I think, I'm not very sure about that, but I think both of them came in the first half. Sorry. So K-State won the turnover battle, so that's a good thing for us. But I don't think it really bothered Oklahoma too much as well. On a bad note, Oklahoma's star running back, Dominic Whaley, is out for the rest of the season with a broken ankle. Dominic Whaley broke his ankle on Oklahoma's very first play of the game. He got tackled badly and broke his ankle, so I just want to say, Dominic Whaley, get well soon. So, my impact players for Oklahoma. Landry Jones was 35 for 47 with 505 yards. 5 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Roy Finch had 9 carries for 73 yards and 1 touchdown. He had 7 receptions for 69 yards and no touchdowns. Trey Millard had 1 carry for 61 yards and 1 touchdown. He had 1 reception for 9 yards and no touchdowns. Blake Bell had 5 carries for 7 yards and 1 touchdown. Ryan Broyles had 14 receptions for 171 yards and 1 touchdown. Kenny Stills had 4 receptions, 101 yards and no touchdowns. Jazz Reynolds had 3 receptions for 51 yards and 2 touchdowns. DeJuan Miller had 3 receptions for 42 yards and 1 touchdown. And Trent Waltery, had 1 reception for 12 yards and 1 touchdown. So those are my impact players for Oklahoma. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced any of those players' names. So those are my impact players for Oklahoma. And my impact players for K-State. Colin Klein went 8 for 16 on passing, 58 yards, no touchdowns and no interceptions. He had 26 carries for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns. John Hubert had 12 carries for 71 yards and no touchdowns. Angelo Pease had 2 carries for 4 yards and no touchdowns. Tyler Lockett had 3 receptions for 24 yards and no touchdowns. He had 3 carries for 15 yards and no touchdowns. And he had 4 kick returns for 90 yards and no touchdowns. Chris Harper had 2 receptions for 14 yards and no touchdowns. Tremaine Thompson had 1 reception for 11 yards and no touchdowns. Travis Tannehill had 2 receptions for 9 yards and no touchdowns. And Nigel Malone had 2 interceptions. So those are my impact players for K-State. I had 4 keys to victory for K-State. Key 1 was play great and balanced offense. They had a good second quarter, but other than that, they stunk. So I give Key 1 a D-. Key 2 was play great defense. They played great defense in the second quarter, but other than that, they stunk. So Key 2, I had to give D-. Key 3 was forced Oklahoma to make mistakes. They forced several mistakes, but not too many. So I had to give Key 3 a D. And Key 4 was control the tempo of the game. Oklahoma did that. So, and we didn't do it, so I had to give Key 4 an F. So my grading of the units, the offense, I had to give a D- because they only had one good quarter. Other than that, they stunk. So the offense, a D-. The defense, I had to give a D-. They had one cool quarter, and that was the second quarter. And other than that, they stunk as well. So a D- for the defense. Special teams, a C-. They did okay. Made a field goal, made the extra points. So other than that, it was okay. So I give the special teams a C-. And the coaching, a D. The coaching staff didn't do so well as coaching these guys, preparing them for Oklahoma. Not good play calling, not really motivating these guys. So I had to give the coaching staff a D. And my MVP for this game is Landry Jones. He killed us, so he did everything right. Just he had several mistakes here and there, but other than that, he was great. So, and he killed us. So, he's my MVP for the game. So, again, my MVP is Landry Jones. So that's about it for me. So, go Cats and Emaw.